Happy Sunday, everybody. We just finished our self-care section of our self-love workbook today. And so a couple of takeaways from chapter 5. The first one is this quote that was so good. It says, "Take care of yourself as if you are the most awesome person you've ever met." Oh my gosh, how would you treat yourself if you really believed you were the most awesome person you ever met? Think about that for a minute. So this week was all about self-care and different self-care skills. And she talked in the beginning about survival skills. And this is what a lot of us get into when we're in abuse, just trying to cope with everyday life. And this can be things like isolating yourself, scrolling on your phone, sitting and binge watching TV or binge eating food, things that aren't necessarily bad for you, but they're also not always good for you. Some other survival coping skills include self-criticism, overworking, self-harm, excessive sleep, impulsive spending, overscheduling yourself, substance misuse or addictions, distorted or emotional eating habits, overthinking and excessive worry, hoarding, and like we mentioned, the binge watching or scrolling. And all of these actually have a place. They are all coping skills, even if they aren't the best. And some of them, when you first are coming out of abuse, some of them like excessive sleeping and maybe overspending are things that we do because we never had the freedom to do before. In my case, I slept a lot because I finally could, and I spent money because I finally had some. So I did things that I felt like finally I get to do these things. I have the freedom to do these things. But if they continue for long periods of time, and if you find yourself sleeping to avoid reality or spending to the point where you get yourself in debt, then it becomes a problem. And then you need to find different coping skills, which is what the rest of the chapter is about. Making room for new skills. Which ones can you get rid of? What new ones would you like to try? And there's a list on page 77 of other coping skills that don't have to be time-consuming. Self-care does not have to be time-consuming. It does not have to be like another burden, another thing I have to do. No, self-care is as simple and easy as stretching in the morning before you get out of bed or flossing your teeth every night. Those things are self-care, and they don't take but a couple minutes, seconds. They don't take very long. Drinking enough water every day is self-care. Clean one small part of your apartment or home every day, like make your bed, put half the laundry away, like whatever it is. Self-care can just be small. It can be quick. And a lot of us honestly do self-care without even realizing it. Do you go to the doctor, the dentist? Do you go to therapy or soul care? Do you work out? Do you go for a walk? Do you feed yourself? That could be soul care too. Self-care too. Make yourself a healthy snack or a healthy meal. Wake up a little bit earlier. Take 5 minutes to yourself. 5 minutes of peace and quiet alone in the morning, especially if you have young kids at home, can feel like really great self-care. And one thing that was talked about today was having young children at home, having special needs children. How do you find time for self-care? And it's very difficult. It is, because your whole world is your children. But if you can stay up a couple of minutes later or get up a couple of minutes earlier in the morning, or even involve them in some of your self-care practices, go for a walk, take the kids with you, dance around your living room and do it with your children, play with Play-Doh, color, like all of that can be self-care stuff as well. Something else we talked about today was paying attention to our body. Our body sends us signals that something's not right, or I'm feeling overloaded, I'm feeling overwhelmed. But a lot of us have learned to turn that off and ignore it. And it's not until we explode in emotion, or we shut down completely, or we get sick that we go, oh, yeah, I have been stressed lately. Oh, I have been overworking lately. So part of this chapter talked about in the moment, pay attention to your body. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? What emotion are you experiencing right now? And sometimes that's a hard one. I don't know what I'm experiencing right now. Try to talk it out, talk to other people, figure it out, pay attention to yourself. That is great self-care. Your needs matter. Figure out what your needs are and tend to them. There's also some inner child work in here where you can imagine your inner child, remember a time where you felt all alone, unloved, and be the person that your inner child needed in that moment. Go to that inner child, tell them what you wish someone had told you, hold them or pick them up or take them for a walk or tell them you're proud of them or whatever you needed in that moment, do that for yourself. There also was a spot where you could write a letter to your inner child to express how much you love that person, you're proud of that person. Sometimes it's important to tell our inner child that what you went through is not your fault. It wasn't yours to carry. You weren't responsible for that, and release ourselves of some of those burdens that we've been carrying for a long time. So that is a really good exercise. Healing your sleep, some practical steps to sleeping better at night, like don't drink caffeine after 9 a.m. or turn your screens off 2 hours before you go to sleep, stuff like that. And then the last exercise in here is if social media looked like real life. If people actually posted their real lives on social media, what would a post look like? So maybe take a minute to think about that. If you were to post your real life today on social media, unashamed, your real life today, what would you say? And just let yourself be real and let yourself be vulnerable. Not saying you have to post it. I'm just saying in your head, in your mind, let yourself be real and vulnerable. Next week, we will be talking about chapter 6, which is feeling safe in your own body. There's a lot of body work in this chapter. So start today or tomorrow when the kids go to school, if you can, start chapter 6 so that you have time to process and digest before Sunday. Hope you guys have a great day.